Bro, oh my goodness.
She runs down the hall, stops in the doorway to the bedroom, and screams. If you've ever...
Later, in the void.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, we have another Dr. Bob animation. 2 animations in 1 week. I'm loving it, guys. So, yo, this SCP is called SCP-517, Grammie Knows. So you can't really infer that much from this SCP if you have no idea from it. So if I literally had to pull something on my hat, I would say maybe a grandma knows the secrets of the world. Who knows? Like she's a prophet or something. I have no idea. But we're gonna find out today. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction and this animation, please remember to smash that like button and also smash the sub button, join the family, and hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And also hit me up on Patreon if you want to support me on that side of the fence. Link in the description below. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-517, Grammie Knows.
Dance failed. The young woman laughs as her date tries to catch his breath. The dancing rhythm game was much harder than he anticipated.
Oh, it's a game?
He can't help but also laugh at his abysmal score. He takes her hand and the two continue walking through the arcade. It's not crowded at all tonight, and the two have their choice of games as they bounce between the many pinball tables, driving games, and light gun shooters. As they finish up a game of air hockey, her date notices something. It's a door in the back of the arcade that's slightly ajar, the latch and a lock that should be keeping it closed hanging open. I wonder what's in there, he asks. Broken games? Maybe ones that let you play without putting in a token? Or keep spitting out tickets even when you lose? Come on. The two slip through the cracked door and find themselves in a dark room that doesn't look like anyone has been inside in a while. There's cobwebs and dust everywhere, but her date was right. It really is filled with broken games. He motions for her to follow as he checks out an old pinball machine.
And one of these broken games are going to be called Grammie Knows. I'm pretty sure.
He presses the buttons, but it remains dark. He gives it a hard slap and nothing happens.
Stop it harder for me,
How disappointing.
Please.
They really are just busted old machines.
Oh no.
The two turn to leave. They might get kicked out if anyone finds them messing around in here. They're back at the door when they both stop and look at each other. Did they hear something behind them? The young woman shrieks with fear at the sight of the old woman staring at her.
Is it actually supposed to be like a grandma?
This time it's her date's turn to laugh at her.
Bro, if it's actually like, no way! I was oh my, no, whoa. I know she ain't a real grandma, but I said some fortune teller or some person that has, or someone that's like a prophet. Yo, give me some props in the comments, guys. Yo, sometimes I'm not on it, but yo, I think today is my day. Oh my god, let's just see what she's about though before I go crazy.
It's just an old fortune teller. Nothing to be scared of. They must have accidentally turned it on. She didn't notice it before, but the machine, which has the words Grandmother Predictions written across the top, has come to life, and the inside is now lit up to reveal the animatronic head and torso of an old woman. The old woman isn't moving, but her glassy dead eyes seem like they are staring right at the young woman.
Oh my god.
The two look at each other, unsure of what to do, when, without warning, the old woman comes to life. With the clicking and whirring of gears, the old woman appears to breathe in deeply, opening and closing her mouth, as she leans slightly forward and back inside her glass container. The young woman steps towards the fortune teller, as the old woman inside keeps breathing in and out. But then suddenly, the old woman stops.
Uh-oh.
There's another loud click, as a card appears out of a small slot on the front of the machine. She looks down at the card and looks back up to see that the old woman is staring at her once again, as if the robotic figure can really, truly see her. The young woman slowly reaches towards the card as the old woman's gaze stays locked on her. Her fingers touch the card, and at the exact moment she pulls it free, the fortune teller's lights go out, and the old woman slumps over. What was that? Her date asks. She didn't even notice that he is standing next to her now. He starts to search around the machine, looking for something that may have triggered it, as the young woman looks down at the card she pulled from the slot. Her face changes as she reads it, as she goes from a little freaked out to completely terrified.
What does it say? What does it say?
Hey, look at this, her date says as she quickly slips the card into her pocket.
Damn it!
Her date reaches behind the back of the machine and pulls out a short piece of cord, one end attached to the fortune teller, the other frayed as if it had been cut.
It was never plugged in.
It's not even plugged in. Let's get out of here, she tells him. She doesn't need to ask him twice, and the two leave the room, emerging back into the lights and sounds of the arcade.
Yo, what's the fortune?
Later that night, the two are at the door to the young woman's apartment. He asks if she's sure she's okay. She's not still scared about that broken machine, is she? It's probably just battery operated and they switched it on somehow. The young woman agrees that must be it, and that she's fine, just tired. She gives him a kiss on the cheek and bids him goodnight before going into her
Oh
apartment
my
and closing the door.
god. What did she read?
Inside, the young woman leans against the door. She takes something out of her pocket and stares at it. It's the fortune that was dispensed from the machine. It reads, "You look like you've made some mistakes. Some things are unforgivable, aren't they?" No way, she thinks to herself.
She cheated?
It's just a coincidence. The young woman walks further into her apartment and picks up a framed photo. It's a picture of her several years younger, with another girl who looks just like her. Her sister. She thinks back to that night. The night that she'll never forget no matter how hard she tries. The night she lost her, and lost part of herself too.
Whoa.
She sets the picture back down on the table
This is
before
deep.
looking at the fortune she's still holding in her other hand. She crumples the paper in her fist and drops it in the trash before heading to bed.
What mistakes did she make?
It's late at night.
Seemed like
the
an
young woman is
accident.
tossing and turning with bad dreams when she suddenly pops up awake. Did she hear a sound? She looks around her dim room, but nothing looks amiss. There it is again, though. A noise. Is it coming from the closet? She gets up out of bed and walks towards the closet, one slow step after another.
Or well, I guess her sister died or something. I'm pretty sure.
She reaches towards the closet door, but the moment her fingers touch the knob, the door bursts open. She screams and falls backwards as multiple arms reach out of the darkness in the closet towards her. She screams and kicks at the arms as they grab at her, trying to pull her inside. She fights with all her might as she tries to crawl away from the arms. She manages to escape their grasp and stands up. She runs out of the room and towards the front door as the arms follow, reaching out of the closet,
What the
growing
heck?
longer and longer. The sickening sound of bones twisting and snapping as they form new joints
Oh my
to bend around
goodness.
corners. Her hands reach out for the knob and she grabs it, just as the arms grab onto her.
How far could those
She's
arms
jerked backwards
go?
and falls to the floor as the arms drag her down the hallway. She tries to resist, her fingernails digging into the floorboards as the arms pull her back into the bedroom.
Oh my god. Is this from the fortune teller?
Hello? You awake? The woman knocks loudly on the front door. Come on, we have reservations. You have to get up. The woman knocks again, but still no response.
Uh-oh.
She checks her watch, and with a sigh, takes out a set of keys. She finds the one she's looking for and unlocks the door. Everyone is waiting for us, and I'm going to tell them we're late because of... The woman gasps as she opens the door. She can't believe what she's seeing. The apartment is a mess. It looks like a bomb went off. She looks around, but there's no sign of her daughter. Then she notices the bloody claw marks leading down the hallway
Bro.
towards the
Oh
bedroom.
my goodness.
She runs down the hall, stops in the doorway to the bedroom, and screams. If you've ever...
Did she just get butchered by those hands? Oh my... No way. Oh.
She runs down the hall, stops in the doorway to the bedroom, and screams.
Bruh. What is that? Obviously that's her, but what happened? She didn't make it to the closet. Oh boy.
If you've ever been to an arcade, a midway, or a boardwalk, then you may have encountered a fortune-telling machine.
Mm-hmm.
These small booths containing an automaton are great fun as you receive a random card that purports to tell you your future or reveal a secret truth about yourself. There's nothing to it, obviously. It's just a random card you're getting after all. But the
Is
SCP
it?
Foundation has a fortune-telling machine in its possession that's both very real and very dangerous. SCP-517, as it is known to the Foundation, is a 2-meter-tall glass and wooden fortune-telling machine that contains a mechanical animatronic facsimile of an elderly woman wearing a white blouse and a blue shawl. On top of the machine is a panel with the words "Grandmother Predictions" written on it. Once per hour, the machine will power on if an individual enters what could be considered the elderly woman's field of vision.
Oh.
She will turn to directly face the person, seeming to stare right at them, before dispensing a fortune card from a slot on the front of the machine, after which it will appear to shut down and cease to function.
So it seems like the fortunes are actually accurate. That's why she's looking at her some way, somehow. And if you do like something bad, I guess they take you for judgment. Maybe that's what the hands did to her. Who knows?
It is unknown just how the machine becomes active, seeing as the only cord coming out of the back of the machine appears to have been severed. The fortunes dispensed when the machine comes to life
my
are less
God,
a
Dr.
prediction
Bob,
and more of a
we almost
veiled
see you.
threat, and examples of ones received have included,
Ah!
"Your mother raised you better than that. I'm sorry, but fair is fair. Some people don't know how to be kind. You'll know soon enough, won't you?" And, "People who do terrible things deserve terrible things. You've brought this upon yourself, my dear."
What
Following
kind
an
of fortunes
activation
are
of
those?
SCP-517, starting at 1:43 a.m. local time.
Jeez.
The same events will always occur. The individual that was targeted by the machine will find themselves attacked by a number of entities which have been designated as SCP-517-01.
Granny hands.
These entities are long, multi-jointed arms that emanate from a location nearby the individual. The exact number that appears will vary, but there usually seems to be between 10 and 36. The arms will appear from a single location
36.
that's often a low, cramped, and dark space like a closet, basement, or under a bed. The arms will reach out from this area and try to grab the individual before dragging them back to the location where they manifested. They appear to be able to stretch indefinitely, growing as long as they need in order to continue pursuing the individual, and their many joints allow them to bend around corners or any other obstacles. Should the individual manage to fight the arms off or escape, new arms will materialize nearby the victim to aid in the capture.
Oh, wow. So they don't all come from the closet.
Once the arms have subdued the targeted person and gotten them back to the area where they appeared, they will begin savagely assaulting them, beating and clawing at them, until nothing remains of the victim but a bloody pile of flesh and bones.
Yo, all gas, no brakes. They really were bodying her like that. I don't know if I should laugh or just be like surprised if that's how she got killed. Yo, they literally punched her to death, ripped her. Yo, these hands got no chill, bro.
To date, the Foundation is not aware of any targeted individuals surviving an attack by SCP-517-01 entities. In the event that the fortune-telling machine was activated multiple times on the same day, multiple instances of arms appearing will occur at different locations at the same time, with each group hunting their own individual target.
Oh.
Efforts have been made to figure out exactly where the arms manifest from, and during testing, cameras were set up around the targeted individual in order to try and locate a place of origin. Unfortunately, the arms somehow seemed aware that they were being watched, and the arms always emanated from around a corner or other place that was out of the field of view of the cameras. Tests on SCP-517 did reveal one piece of evidence, though, as fragments of DNA were recovered from the areas where SCP-517-01 instances appeared.
Oh, the hand?
DNA that turned out to be human in origin. The origins of the DNA and the identity of the owner have yet to be determined.
What?
Research and containment of
Those are human hands?
SCP-517 has proven to be quite difficult, as evidenced by an event designated Incident 517-1997-M. As Foundation Agent Dr. Mail supervised the transport of SCP-517 to a new containment storage locker, the fortune teller suddenly activated, and it was suspected that Dr. Mail had become a target.
OV, don't pick up the
Security
fortune.
personnel were alerted, and a defensive strategy was devised to protect her from instances of SCP-517-01 that were expected to manifest that night at 1:43 a.m.
Okay, so does that confirm if she doesn't read the fortune whatsoever, if she doesn't touch her or pick it up, the hands will still come at her? Because I figured if you see the fortune, that's what triggers them to like come get you. Because the grandma's eyes didn't like go down until like the girl picked up the fortune. So it would make sense if you don't pick it up, you just leave it there. You might be good. But who knows? Who knows? I feel like that just seals the deal because she turns off and that's what initiates the other step of the hands. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think.
Dr. Mail was taken to a helicopter on the roof of a Foundation cafeteria and given the protection of multiple security personnel as they waited for the arms to manifest. Right on cue, the arms appeared in a storage area inside the cafeteria and began stretching their way towards the roof. Security teams inside the cafeteria opened fire on the arms, which took damage just like normal human arms.
Okay.
But they would quickly be replaced by more.
Dang.
More instances of SCP-517-01 began appearing, coming out from under parked vehicles and other storage areas, as the number of arms coming out of the original manifestation site continued to increase, until there were over 100. The arms did not seem to want to fight back against the security teams, though. They seemed singular in their focus, to get to the roof where Dr. Mail was waiting. As the ever-increasing amount of limbs overwhelmed the security teams and breached the roof,
You better fly
order
her
was
away.
given for the helicopter
Yeah,
to
take off. Just take
The
off.
helicopter rose into the air, but the arms began manifesting from somewhere underneath the helicopter itself.
What?
The arms broke through the windows and
Oh
pulled
my-
Dr. Mail out, passing her down to the waiting arms on the roof that then carried her through the cafeteria's ventilation system.
Are you
The security
kidding?
personnel in the cafeteria attempted to sever the limbs with a knife and rescue Dr. Mail, but the arms are no longer ignoring their attackers and grabbed him as well, dragging him down towards the storage locker along with the doctor.
Bro, these hands are on a whole nother level. They literally yeeted her out of the helicopter with ease. How fast can these hands travel as well too? Because the helicopter was taking off. Bro.
In the end, 4 members of the security team along with Dr. Mail were pulled into the storage area by the arms. Their remains were collected the next morning, and the Foundation made their best efforts to separate and identify what was left for individual funerary services.
Oh my god.
SCP-517, which
That's
has
dangerous.
been classified as safe, is kept in a dedicated containment cell at all times, facing away from the doorway, with an opaque black sheet bound around it.
Thank you.
Following the events of Incident 517-1997-M, all testing has been halted, without the express written permission of the site director.
Good.
Peering into our future can be a fun activity, even when we know it's all just a bit of make-believe. When you pull your fortune from a booth containing an elderly automaton, though, you might just find that this time, Grammie knows your fate for real. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob, like SCP-3998, The Wicker Witch Lives, for another anomaly that's much more than first meets the eye. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications.
Ooh, let him put in work!
Further and further into the SCP Foundation's
Yo, he
classified
backed up.
archives.
Yo, they weren't ready. They're like, we can't touch this dude. Let's go back home. Yo, guys, if you enjoyed this animation, this reaction, please remember to smash that like button, smash the sub button, and let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about these hands, man, because, man, I think they go crazy, bro. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good Friday, and unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.